the base. Sag the Mishnah, B'shama oimrem, ein melichen chala in matanis. You cannot take chala and matanis. Chala means, everybody knows, you make a dough, you take off chala, give it for the kohen. Matanis means roy l'chayim v'keva, the kohen beyond it. Bein shehur mi me'emesh, bein shehur mi me'ayom. Whether it was separated yesterday, let's say Erev Yontiv, you made a dough, you separated challah, or you slaughtered the animal, you shechted the animal, you took off his royal chiyam bekeva. See, that's when you could have bought it yesterday. Or even if you shechted it today, or you made it dough today, you're not allowed to bring it to the kohen Yontiv. Mish. The still matir still says no problem. It's meichel nefesh. Who cares? Only b'sham. What's b'sham svara? Gezer shav challah matanas. Matan l'kohen, truma matan l'kohen. Kshem shem lichnas atruma, kachich lichas amatanas. Truma, you agree. So this was accepted by everyone that you're not allowed to bring truma for a kohen on Yom Tov. Why taka? Because Yom Tov you cannot be. The truma is not zakeh baramas. You're not allowed to be mafish truma on Yom Tov. So who then you're not allowed to carry. Let's say mafish ma'ev Yom Tov. Since if you shech that animal today, all you needed though today, it's zakeh baramas. You're allowed to take off zrei l'chaim v'keiva. So you're allowed to be. You're allowed to carry. So that's what the Siddur says. That truma is one thing. But chala matanas, even though you could have done it yesterday, you still allowed to do it. Not doing it to truma. Truma, since you cannot do it by b'yoyim, if you mafish by b'yoyim, you can't because you cannot mafish by b'yoyim. So Chama asked the whole thing. Basha enken. This has a possibility of doing it today. If you lost Isa b'yontiv or you shecht b'hem b'yontiv, so even though it could have been done yesterday, since it has a possibility of doing it today, even if you did it yesterday, it's also mutter to bring bein shehumim evshemayim. Ton omi lech yisham b'tzil shem lichas matan shehumim b'yontiv. No, he says different version. Everybody agrees that if it was taka done today, it can have a time on the person. Even b'shami wouldn't be goizer. If you shecht an animal today, so you can take the Israel Chiyam to the Kohen. Another thing is Matan Shehuma Be'erev Yontiv, Matan Shehuma B'Yontiv. Also, Agav. If you have things that are done Erev Yontiv, but you also have things that were shechted today. Matan Shehuma B'Yontiv means that was slaughtered on Yontiv. Shehuma B'Yontiv means that was slaughtered on Yontiv. Then you're allowed. Because you do it together with a dover hatem. So again, it means shenishchatu v'hermu b'yaviyah. Okay. Now the Gemara is going to say, isn't it possible to be? You say a rule. Truma, why can't you? Because Truma is not shy of Chlal to make harama on Yantiv, and that's why the Chuma Goizer not to carry Truma, since you cannot make Truma on Yantiv. For Gemara, there is a certain possibility where you could do Truma on Yantiv if you had a Tanai on it. It says in Sech Truma that you can make a Tanai. This is a Gzeira. It means Stam Truma you can do. So you don't make an extinction. Usually Truma you cannot be Mafish on Yantiv. That's why Chumar goes already that you cannot carry Truma on Yantiv. Oh, now this piece of Gemara here, this small pisk here, is not so clear what it means. It says here, Veloma Tanin and Chal. What means Veloma Tanin and Chal? Not clear. What is the question? What is the answer? Okay, Moshe has a pshat there. Everybody has it's not very unclear what the question is, what's the answer. Echala shehuma b'yom. Kadod Tony losh isa b'yom te v'afish chalasa b'yom te. Losh me'ev yom te b'shachach v'afish chalasa. Also letalta letzichlem etzem. So the best way to say that uh, it it says here, Valoma, it says it, L'echu sham yisil shemalichas hamatonis shehuma b'yantiv. Doesn't say chala. So chala doesn't always have a way that you can do it. Means bishleim by matonis, if you shechter ev yantiv, you could even then you could bring it along with matana shehumu b'yant. But chala, sometimes you cannot even touch it. If it was needed before yantiv and you forgot to be mafish chala, then you cannot do it. So matanas never has this issue. You're allowed to do it. Nei chala shehurme b'yant. I think this is the shot. He's going on the price. Ton of Yuda lo nechleku b'shami v'zil shemalicha samatonis shehimu b'yont. Why doesn't he say chala? It's not so clear, but I'm lo malatenin chala. It doesn't say. Only says matonis. Nechala shehimu b'yontev. Nechala lelef Matonis is always shy. I think that's the pshat. It's not so clear, but I think that's the pshat here. Okay, so the Gemara iris le omer losh. It says there in that halacha that if you losh isa of iris le, if it's iris, it's iris le omer el losh of iris le. If it's just iris, it's also the hafish beyond. The Brisa says halosh isa. If it's iris, then you're allowed to. Av iris loy. If it's just iris levad, mutter. Av iris loy, iris loy, iris loy. If it's just iris, loy means loy osri. Why? You're talking Isa to me. So did Mekomi the Zman of Hafrasha. So that's why if you only made Iris Erev Yontav, you didn't do anything wrong. You're allowed to be Mafish Chalose Yontav. If it's Losh, then we have a time on you. Then you cannot touch it. It's Muktzah. You cannot be Mafish anything. Now, this is a dinner Sech Techala that the Isa Temeya, we try to do it as late as possible. He said the Hira, we do it as early as possible. It shouldn't become Tamei. الدين بيستويش دافش خلاص إلا بالصيف كان تيجي باش تيفش تخيله شيء تام إيسا. So if you're talking about Isa Shanaisa but Tahira, you try to do it as early as possible. Then again, if you made even Iris, you should have done it earlier. However, we're talking about Isa Tameya. Isa Tameya, we have no reason to make it so early. So the time of Afrash is by Disha. So if it's just Iris, then we don't have any time on you. Why you shouldn't? What you can have time? Why didn't you do it now? It's not the right time. So if you just did iris, you just mixed the flour and water before Yontiv, then we have no time on you, and then you are allowed to do it on Yontiv. If it's a lush, then we say could have done it. Why do you wait and you cannot touch that Isa? So we're talking about Isa Tameya. Isa Tameya, the loch is the Zman of Rosh is by lush. It says in Oif and pass over beyond. So the Gemara must need to be on Shal Pesach. But it says Chag Mutter, it's Chashash Chimetz. It's Babin Chanunim Shem Acha Fil Bat says Chagos. It's too much work. Shamayim Em Tav Ben Doichim B'Madach Shal Eitz. A melech pach with a jar, Be'etz Apor, and a ladle that you mix the pot. It's a shinui. That's for other spice. Let's say for black pepper. Let's say La'omer, Basil says no. Tavlen Doichen, darken. If it's spices, you can do even a regular stone pestle. And the salt, not like Basham is machmer, such a huge shinui with a jar. You can do it with with a wooden mortar. We're talking about spices. Everybody agrees that spices needs a that you could do it on Yom Tov. According to Bashama, you should do it with the eights. Basil says you can even do it with the Evan. What's the heter taka? That's according to Basil for sure. Why we matter without a shinui? Time on mar, time on pog. It's not such good. It gets away. The taste evaporates. So that's why we allow you to do tavlan regular because you can't do it in boit yoy. Shmuel Shochach sitted in the shinui. He grinded the spices on the side of the meducha, not on the floor. These things for sure they get bad taste if you do it from yesterday. So you have no reason to do a shinu, you can do it regular. Is a iser to do